Hey guys, Steven here with STS Pickleball, and today we're talking about the top 5 paddles of 2025. I know you guys are always wondering what my top list looks like right now, and this is my top 5 list excluding price as a variable. So we're only talking about pure performance here. So these are my top 5 paddles that if I was going to go to a tournament tomorrow, or if somebody were to just come up to me or a family member come up to me and says, hey, STS, what are your top 5 paddles right now? These would be my definitive list of the top 5 paddles in 2025. So without further ado, let's dig straight into it. So coming in at number 5 for 2025, first up on our list, we have the Carbon TruFoam Genesis 2. I will say if this list extended to a 6th spot, I would say that the Carbon TruFoam Genesis 1, I feel like is a big sleeper this year. It's actually a really solid paddle. A little high on the swing weight, around 119, but really good power, really good dwell time, really nice feeling off the face. But the Carbon TruFoam Genesis 2 has been the particular paddle out of the Genesis series that I find myself grabbing more often than not. Really nice feeling off the face, extremely linear in play. I would place this at the bottom of the power spectrum. I truly do not believe that these are all court paddles in general. I do find myself getting more power off of these paddles than most paddles in the space right now. There's definitely a lot of kind of rebound off the face. It feels really, really nice though. One nice aspect about the Carbon TruFoam Genesis series, of course, that they're fully foam paddles. They have little cutouts in the actual core itself. This leads to a really nice dampened feeling off the face. So if you're somebody that has tennis elbow or somebody that really likes to reduce vibrational aspects off the face, these would be really good for you as well. They're holding up really nicely. I'm not seeing any sort of delamination with these. We're not seeing any glue flaking off and kind of shaking around on the inside and those little cutouts in the foam either. So the materials that were utilized in this are definitely top tier. Spin is top tier. We're talking about around 2,300 RPM. So we'll say that the only real downside to this paddle is that, the TruFoam Genesis series is the most expensive paddle on this list by almost double, by almost 2x. So the TruFoam Genesis series comes in at a price of $279. You can get 10% off using code STS Pickleball, which makes it a little bit easier to swallow, but it is the most expensive paddle on this list, so keep that in mind. Okay, so let's go ahead and move on to number 4, and that's going to be the unMarked paddle from Mark Pickleball. So this paddle came out of nowhere. Mark, the owner of Mark Pickleball, actually hit me up on Discord and asked me if I wanted to try out his new paddle. It's like, sure, I'm always down to try out some new paddles. And this one came in and it's an elongated paddle with crazy grit on the face. I mean, this is like sandpaper. Again, up in that really top tier spectrum for spin, 2,300 RPM. This is going to be for the type of player who likes an elongated paddle, but really wants something that's more in the center of all court, okay? This paddle does everything extremely well, and it's a very big top pick for me for a lot of newer players and advanced players as well, but definitely people that are getting into the game, because this particular paddle has extra reach, which is really nice. It allows you to kind of utilize an elongated paddle, but you get a super plush feeling off the face. Very plush, extremely high spin results. The RPM on this, again, 2,300. And, it's just a really solid paddle. It's not blowing away any numbers as far as power goes. It's not a control-oriented paddle in general, but it has really good control. It has really solid power and a super plush, muted, dampened feel off the face, which I love to feel. It's not overly rigid off the face. So this is just definitely a top pick for me in 2025. So the unMarked comes in at a price of $175, and you can take 10% off using code STS Pickleball, which makes it $157.50, which is a really good price for the performance that you're getting here. And again, this video is all about performance. So $157.50 for the number 4 spot in 2025 is a pretty good price, especially given the fact that you're getting an all-court beast with around 2,300 RPM of spin. So hard to beat. Really good paddle. If you're looking for an elongated paddle that is very plush, very kind of dampened off the face, tons of spin, really nice sweet spot. It's not going to be unwieldy power, and it's not going to be overly control centric. I think that this would be a great paddle for you. Okay, so coming in at number 3 for 2025, we have the 11.624 Vapor Power. I've gone back and forth on this paddle quite a bit, to be quite honest. When I first picked it up, I loved it. And then a couple other things kind of caught my eye, like the unMarked, the CRBN, and then we had the, some other paddles come out. But I recently picked this back up and realized just how damn good it is. This paddle does everything exceptionally well, and it has, honestly, just about the biggest sweet spot in the space. So that's one of the things that I really like about this particular design, is that this is a hybrid design paddle. Okay, so it's not a standard shape, it's not an elongated shape. This is a hybrid paddle, but it has the sweet spot size of a standard shaped paddle. And that's something that I absolutely love about this paddle. Not only that, but we're talking about around 2150 to 2175 RPM of spin. So we're definitely top tier. And then the way that they were able to formulate this and actually get to the point of having that big of a sweet spot in something that has a hybrid shape is they're using one thick band of closed cell foam around the perimeter. Okay, that band is actually about the same thickness, if not thicker, than the two bands that we're seeing in Gen 3 technology these days. So Gen 3 paddles have two bands of foam around the perimeter, which makes the polypropylene cell core just a little bit smaller, which allows for a little bit of kind of a rebound effect inside of the core. This one you're getting that, but with a larger band of closed cell foam around the perimeter. What that does, and what we're seeing, is that it makes it more durable for Gen 3 technology. So this is a very durable paddle. It has solid spin. Again, this is going to be in the upper area of all court. It's leaning power. It's just right there where it just could be power, could be upper end of all court. But again, really good metrics. If you're looking for something that has solid power, really decent, above average control, solid spin, and really durable construction for a great price, this could be a top pick for you. So the 11624 Power Series as a whole comes in at $170, and you can get 10% off if you use my code STSPickleball, which gives you 10% off, makes it $153. So that's a really good price for the performance that we're talking about here as well. Performance-wise, the reason why I notched this up just above the unMarked is mainly due to the sweet spot. I think that the forgiveness on this paddle and the fact that you're getting a little bit more power and a little bit more pop than the unMarked paddle, you do lose out on a bit of spin, but I think that the larger sweet spot and the little bit more power and pop these days is very helpful with how the game is being played these days. So that's why I notched this one up into the number 3 spot for 2025. Okay, so let's go ahead and jump into number 2 for 2025, and that's going to be the Honolulu J2Ti Plus. So the titanium version of their Gen 3 technology. So this is utilizing two bands of foam around the core. We do get that little bit of a rebounding effect off the core. There was a lot of speculation that the J2Ti Plus and even the J2K Plus might not be as durable as some other Gen 3 technology paddles, and we have squashed that one. My J2Ti and J2K Plus have held up extremely well. In fact, I haven't even had to message the owner to get a new one because I'm still using my first paddles that they sent me. So they have been holding up really, really well. I've put over 5 or 6 months of play on them, and I play with them all the time, and they are still holding up extremely well. The J2Ti Plus is utilizing titanium on the face. So titanium, as we know, is going to be a polyester weave, kind of a cloth feeling on the face. And so this is going to give a little bit more of a dampened feeling off the face. It does have more power than the 11624 Power Series. It also has more spin, so you're going to be talking about 2300 RPM of spin. Decent pop on the Ti version. And again, so this is going to be for the kind of person that wants power, wants to kind of just tone the pop in their game down just a touch for a little bit more control. This one has, again, 2300 RPM of spin, and it's going to have a very decent control as well. So this is going to be the Honolulu's version of a Gen 3 paddle that also has some aspects where you can kind of control it a little bit better than a lot of the other Gen 3 paddles on the market right now. So I think if you're looking for a paddle that has Gen 3 technology, has really good power, but you want a little bit less pop in your game so that you can control the ball a little bit more on your dinks, resets, and some of your counter shots, I think this could be a really good paddle for you. Again, this one comes in at $170. You can use code STS10 specifically for any paddle on Honolulu's website that isn't Kevlar specifically to get 10% off anything else on their website. So STS10 will get you 10% off this, making it $153. Again, really good price to performance ratio. This list is only performance driven though. So this is number 2 on my list for 2025 for a good reason. Also, consider subscribing. It's a free way way to support my channel, and it really means the world to me. If you hit that notification bell next to the subscription button as well, you'll be notified every time I drop a new video, so you'll always be up to date on all the new tech in the space. So coming in at number 1 for 2025, we have the J2K Plus. So this is going to be Honolulu Pickleball's Gen 3 Kevlar paddle. And that's what I love about this. It's honestly one of the reasons why it's number 1 for 2025. I think the combination of a Kevlar face with Gen 3 technology is just an incredible combination right now. The beauty that you get here is you get a little bit more pop off the face from the Kevlar, right? So just a little bit more pop off the face. But once this opens up after a couple days of play, you'll notice that it gets nice and plush. So you get a plush feeling off drives and serves, but you have pop to have effectiveness and aggression at the kitchen line, which is really nice for hand battles. You get Gen 3 technology, which is the newest technology right now. This one comes in at $170, and you can use code STS Pickleball to get a full $20 off this, making it $150. So it's actually the cheapest paddle on this list. So the other aspects about this that make it number 1 in 2025 are the fact that it has really solid power. It was in my top 5 power paddle video, and I do all that based on miles per hour reading and objective metrics. So you're getting top tier power with this. You're getting top tier spin. We're talking about 2,300 RPM, so the highest spin you can get in the space. It has just a really nice, lively, organic feeling in the hand. Something that you pick up, play with. I played with this stock. I played with it with some weight. I'm honestly back and forth. I actually quite like it stock. Sometimes I'll put a little bit of weight on the throat or just a little bit up into the bottom edges here, but it just doesn't need much. This is a paddle that you can pick up, play with. You're playing with top tier aspects. You're playing with Gen 3 technology, top tier power, top tier spin, very above average control. You're getting enough pop to deal with hand battles and aggression at the kitchen line. This is the battle I would take to a tournament tomorrow. This is a battle that I've been playing with all the time, especially when I'm playing with my buddies that are 4.0, 4.5, 5.0 in that general area. This is the battle I pull out of my bag because I'm just so comfortable with it, and I know that it's always going to perform. I just can't say enough good things about the J2K Plus. Again, if you have any doubts about the durability of these, because I do know that they did the refresh program, and they were kind of, there was a lot of speculation about durability with the Plus series, with the Gen 3 technology series from Honolulu. But I will say you are in good hands. This is the exact same paddle that I've been playing with for over 5 months now. Okay. And I haven't had any issues at all. The only thing that I've noticed is that it's just gotten a little bit more plush, and maybe the power has gone up about 5%, which is incredibly good. A very linear break-in comparison to a lot of other paddles these days, where they'll break in and you're getting 15, 20% extra power, and then you're kind of playing with a different paddle as it progresses. This one stays very consistent, very true, and I haven't had any issues with durability. And there's been a lot of YouTube comments, and I'm always in a lot of the pickleball paddle groups and stuff where people are talking about these paddles breaking down and durability issues and stuff. And I haven't heard of anybody having any issues with the Plus series at all. So you're in good hands here with the Gen 3 technology. Again, top tier spin, top 5 power, really good pop for aggression at the kitchen line, $150. I mean, it's hard to beat. I mean, this has power that's maybe, I think in my testing, it was about 1.4 miles per hour off from the Yola Pro 4. And that's how tight the margin is right now between, 1 and, in the top 5 right now, as far as paddles go for power. So this is half the price. So I don't know. It just seems like a no-brainer to me, but yeah, again, so this is the paddle that I would take to a tournament tomorrow. Based on objective metrics, compiling data between power, spin, pop, control, general technology, durability, just general feeling during gameplay, what I really feel like I can go out and be consistent with from an organic feeling aspect, which is even just hard to quantify. This is my pick for 2025. This is the best paddle of 2025 so far. So that's it. That's the top 5 paddles so far of 2025. Consider subscribing if you always want to be up to date on the new tech in the space. Leave a comment down below if you think that I missed anything, or if you have any questions. I'm always super active in the comment section because I just want to help you guys navigate this beautiful space of pickleball. Hope you guys have a freaking wonderful day, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.